let's switch gear very quickly and bring Yomi Olugbenro, who is a partner and West Africa tax leader at Deloitte, Nigeria, to talk to you about the new finance bill, which President Buhari is looking to raise the game of his economy from the year 2020. It's a new finance bill which he presented as an attachment to Budget 2020, which he laid before the National Assembly a few weeks ago. So let's drill down a little bit into that. If this is, it will be a game changer for the administration in its quest for a new economic horizon. Yomi, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. Good to be on your show.
Great. Thank you so much. We appreciate your time. When you look at this, we spoke about it the day President Buhari delivered the budget, and you were here in our studios live with a couple of other guests who are experts on this. But then let's drill down into the details of this new tool. Now we've got a bit more clarity as to what it intends to achieve. Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta signed a similar finance bill a few days ago, sometime last week. So, but what is in this finance bill? What is in it for the economy?
Right. So it's interesting times for the Nigerian economy, as you know. And the reintroduction of the finance bill as part of the appropriation cycle is actually a thing of delight for someone like me, because it's the kind of thing we've canvassed for over the years. So that if you have issues, challenges, you need to reflect that in your annual appropriation cycle. So this finance bill is intending to introduce a number of changes and amendments to our existing, regulatory framework. So there are amendments proposed that touches virtually almost all the income tax legislation. So from the Companies Income Tax Act to the Personal Income Tax Act to the Value Added Tax to Customs and Excise, about 7 different income tax legislations in the country. And one thing that is particularly delighting is that I think most of the changes are the type that will be very pleasing to the taxing public, because they either introduce some bit of incentives or some pushing or clarification in areas that we've complained all about. So a number of changes, but I think it's a sweet wave of changes that is coming to the tax landscape.
Yes, I'm sure since the budget presentation and this finance bill to the National Assembly, I'm sure those of you who are in advisory businesses, professional services would have made phone calls to each other, meet at various fora to rub minds on this finance bill. What's the consensus out there about this finance bill, and what are the most important aspects of it? Does it have to do with the tax legislation or tax regime in Nigeria?
Yeah, so I think there's a general consensus along the line of it being a welcome development. So, for example, if I pick the Companies Income Tax Act, for example, so some of the changes, for example, introduce reduced tax regime, for example, for micro and small businesses, which is one thing that we've been conversing for over the years. So, if you're a small company or a mid-tier small to medium-sized company, you're going to be, paying tax at a reduced tax rate, whereas the large corporate will continue to pay tax at the, existing 30%. So there are incentives, for example, that are introduced for early filers and early payers of taxes. So we used to have this maybe about a decade ago. So if you file your tax returns early and you make payments, this bill makes provision for 90 days early payment, for example. So if your tax return is due, for example, on 30th of June, and you're able to turn it in, no later than 31st of March, you may be eligible for 2% or 1% reduction on the income tax, that is payable. Insurance companies used to have some discriminatory provision in terms of the number of years they could carry forward loss, for example. That has been removed so that it's not punitive to the insurance company. So they are now eligible to unlimited carry forward of losses. So meaning that in a particular year, if you incur losses, you are eligible to roll that forward until you are able to recover that from your future taxes. So just a long list of different reforms. So We have changes relating to dividend tax, for example, where if an income had been subject to tax before, in the old regime, there are provisions that tend to create multiple taxation and subject the same amount of income to tax more than twice. So those changes have been introduced, changes around minimum tax. So it's a whole lot of changes. Obviously, there are some that are aimed at increasing the amount of taxes that the government will be eligible to collect. For example, the VAT increase, which everybody is aware of. VAT has been increased from, or it's been proposed, to be increased from 5% to 7.5%. But along the same breath, you now have registration threshold. MSMEs, which turnover below 25 million doesn't have to register. So a whole lot of things that is happening. So I will just my advice would be for the corporate Nigeria and perhaps every taxpayer in Nigeria, to watch out, to watch the space in terms of the changes that affect them. So whether you are an individual, whether you are a non-resident company, whether you are a large corporate, whether you are a small corporate, there's something that touches you from this new finance bill.
A quick one, if you can give this to me in about 30 seconds. Do you see this finance bill as a major game changer for the Buhari's administration, for the Nigerian economy in the new year 2020?
It's definitely a game changer. We last had this kind of finance bill during the military era. Everyone on the consulting space as tax advisors, it's something that we've canvassed for. And I must commend the National Tax Policy Implementation Committee, who had also worked tirelessly in pushing some of these reforms. Because when we had the National Tax Policy revised in the early part of the Buhari administration, there was another committee that was then reconstituted to look at quick wins. So we know that we have challenges with making a holistic change in our tax law. But we can do some tweaks, that will introduce some reliefs and introduce clarification. That's what has been done now. I'm hoping and very prayerful that this bill will be passed together with the appropriation bill, and come 1st of January 2019, let's have a brand new set of rules in our tax legislation that will open up the space, ease the process. Yeah.
Yomi, thank you so much. We appreciate your time. Partner and West Africa tax leader at Deloitte, Nigeria. We appreciate your time speaking to the Finance Bill 2020. Let's take a break, everyone. We'll come back. We'll talk about macros and markets when we come back.